Deep space, planet Cato 7. A mining colony on the edge of human territory. Dr. Lisa Wong, a human medical officer, works alone at the emergency medical station on Cato 7. The planet hosts a mixed colony of different alien species who mine rare crystals. Lisa has been the only human doctor for 3 years. A massive storm system approaches the planet. All ships have evacuated except the mining crews who stay in underground bunkers. The storm will last for days and blocks all communication with the outside galaxy. During the storm's peak, an alien mining crew gets trapped in a cave-in. The crew includes several wounded aliens from the Vex species, tall, blue-skinned beings with 4 arms. Their leader, Commander Bex, is badly hurt with internal bleeding. Lisa tries to help, but human medical equipment doesn't work well on Vex biology. She needs special medical supplies that only exist on the evacuation ships that already left. Without proper treatment, Commander Bex and 2 other miners will die within hours. Lisa sends out emergency signals all night long, knowing no one can hear her through the storm. She works frantically to keep the wounded aliens alive with basic first aid. The other Vex miners watch their leader dying and blame Lisa for not being able to save him. "Why can't the human help us?" one miner asks angrily. "Your people claim to be so advanced." Lisa keeps trying different treatments, but nothing works. She continues sending distress calls into the storm, hoping against hope that someone might hear her. The wounded aliens get worse as the night goes on. Just as Lisa starts to lose hope, her communication device picks up a faint signal. Someone is answering her call. A lone human pilot named Jack Reed receives Lisa's distress signal. He flies an old cargo ship called the Star Runner and was heading home when the storm hit. Jack's ship is small and not built for storm flying. His alien co-pilot, a cat-like being named Nim from the feline species, thinks Jack is crazy for wanting to help. The storm will tear us apart. Nim says, her fur standing on end. No ship can fly through that. But Jack has heard the desperation in Lisa's voice. He knows she's trying to save alien lives, and he can't abandon her. This shows the human trait of helping others, even when it seems impossible. Jack pushes his ship into the storm. The Star Runner gets thrown around like a toy. Lightning from the storm damages his engines. His navigation systems fail. Ice builds up on his hull, making the ship heavy and hard to control. "We should turn back," Nim pleads. "This is suicide." Jack refuses to give up. He flies by instinct alone, using old manual controls when his computers fail. The storm tries to push him away from the planet, but he keeps fighting forward. Back on Cato 7, Lisa continues treating the wounded aliens. Commander Bex is getting worse. His breathing becomes shallow, and his blue skin turns pale. The other Vex miners have given up hope. "Your human medicine is useless to us," one says bitterly. "Bex will die because you cannot help our kind." Lisa doesn't stop trying. She studies Vex anatomy on her computer, looking for any way to help. She rigs together makeshift medical devices and tries experimental treatments. Nothing works perfectly, but she manages to keep the wounded aliens alive a little longer. She keeps talking to Jack over the radio, guiding him through the storm. His voice becomes her only connection to hope. "I'm almost there," Jack says through static. "Just hold on." Lisa looks at the dying aliens around her. "I don't know how much longer they have." Jack's ship finally breaks through the storm's lower layer. He can see the planet's surface, but landing will be the hardest part. The wind is still incredibly strong, and his damaged engines might not have enough power. Arrival. Jack attempts to land on Cato 7, but his ship is badly damaged from the storm. One engine is completely dead, and the other barely works. The landing gear won't come down properly. Neem helps Jack try to fix the critical systems while the ship shakes in the violent wind. "Even if we land, How do we take off again? She asks. Jack doesn't have an answer. He knows this might be a one-way trip, but he came here to save lives. The Star Runner crashes more than lands, skidding across the rocky surface of the mining colony. Jack and Nim are shaken but alive. Jack grabs his emergency medical kit, the one thing that might save the aliens. The storm is still raging outside. Jack and Nim must walk through dangerous winds and flying debris to reach Lisa's medical station. Rocks and metal pieces fly through the air like weapons. This is insane, Nim shouts over the wind. Humans really are crazy. Jack pushes forward, protecting the medical supplies with his body. He gets cut by flying debris, but doesn't stop. This shows human determination and willingness to sacrifice for others. They finally reach the medical station. Lisa meets them. At the door, exhausted from working all night to keep the aliens alive. She's covered in blue Vex blood from her desperate attempts to help them. "Thank God you made it," Lisa says, tears in her eyes. "I was losing them." Jack opens his medical kit and pulls out advanced medical supplies designed to work on different alien species. These include universal blood substitutes, multi-species antibiotics, and adaptive medical nanobots. Lisa's eyes widen when she sees the supplies. "Where did you get these?" "This equipment costs more than most people make in a year." Jack doesn't. Explain that he spent his life savings buying the best medical equipment available, just in case he ever needed to help someone in an emergency. He just starts helping Lisa treat the wounded aliens. Working together, Jack and Lisa begin emergency surgery on Commander Vex. The other Vex miners watch in amazement as the two humans work desperately to save their leader. Why do they care so much about us? One miner whispers to another. We are not their species. The nanobots start working immediately, repairing Vex's internal bleeding. The universal blood substitute keeps his circulation going while Lisa operates. For the first time in hours, Vex's vital signs begin to improve. The other wounded miners also respond to treatment. Jack's supplies work perfectly on Vex biology, something that surprises even Lisa. "These nanobots are incredible," she says while working. They're adapting to Vex physiology in real time. Jack nods, focused on keeping the medical scanners running. Humans learn to make medicine that works for everyone, not just ourselves. The treatment. Lisa and Jack work through the rest of the night and into the next day. The storm continues outside, but inside the medical station, they fight to save alien lives. Commander Vex's surgery takes 8 hours. His internal organs were crushed in the cave-in, and his four-armed anatomy is complex. Lisa has never operated on a Vex before, but Jack's advanced medical equipment helps her understand Vex biology in real time. The nanobots not only repair damage, but also teach Lisa's equipment about Vex physiology. Her scanners begin showing Vex anatomy diagrams and suggesting treatment options. "This is amazing," Lisa says during the surgery. The nanobots are creating a complete medical database for Vex treatment. Jack helps by monitoring vital signs and managing the medical equipment. He's not a doctor, but he learns quickly and follows Lisa's instructions perfectly. The other wounded miners recover faster. Their injuries were less severe, broken bones and cuts mostly. The nanobots repair their bones, and the universal antibiotics prevent infection. As the aliens recover, their attitude toward the humans changes completely. They watch in amazement as Jack and Lisa work without rest, fighting to save aliens they barely know. "I have never seen such dedication," says Tix, one of the wounded miners. "These humans risk everything for strangers." Commander Vex finally stabilizes after the long surgery. His breathing becomes normal, and his blue skin regains its natural color. Lisa and Jack collapse from exhaustion, but they smile knowing they succeeded. The Vex miners gather around the sleeping humans, discussing what they witnessed. In their culture, people only risk their lives for family members. But these humans risked everything for aliens they'd never met before. The stories about human compassion are true, Commander Bex says weakly from his bed. They really do help anyone who needs it. Outside, the storm begins to weaken. Communication systems start working again, and the first evacuation ships prepare to return to the planet. But there's a problem. Jack's ship is too damaged to fly. The Star Runner will need major repairs that could take weeks. Jack and Neem are stranded on Keto 7. I'm sorry, Lisa tells Jack. You came here to save us, and now you're stuck. Jack looks out at his broken ship and shrugs. It was worth it. We saved lives. Nim shakes her head at her human partner. Only humans would crash their ship to help strangers and call it worth it. The first rescue ship arrives as the storm clears. It's a Vex military vessel that came looking for Commander Bex. The ship's captain, General Dex, is Bex's brother. General Dex expected to find his brother dead. Instead, he finds him recovering thanks to two humans who risked everything to help. You saved my brother's life, General Dex tells Jack and Lisa. How can we repay this debt? Jack points to his broken ship. Just help us get home, if you can. General. Bex stares at Jack in amazement. This human crashed his ship saving aliens, and only asks for help getting home. No reward, no payment, just assistance. Resolution. General Dex orders his best engineers to repair the Star Runner. But as they examine the ship, they realize it needs completely new engines and navigation systems. This will take months of work. The chief engineer reports the human ship is destroyed. General Dex makes an unexpected decision. He orders his crew to transfer the Star Runner's cargo to his military ship, then gives Jack a brand new Vex transport vessel, one of the fastest ships in their fleet. I cannot let the human who saved my brother fly in a broken ship, General Dex announces. Jack tries to refuse the gift. I didn't help your brother for a reward. I just did what anyone would do. No, Commander Bex says from his hospital bed. Most people would not fly through a storm to save strangers. This is the human way, helping others without thought of reward. The story of Jack's rescue spreads quickly through the galaxy. Other alien species hear how a human pilot crashed his ship to save Vex miners he'd never met. The story becomes famous throughout known space. Lisa receives offers to work at major medical centers, but she chooses to stay on Keto 7. She uses Jack's advanced nanobots to create the first multi-species medical station in the galaxy. Aliens from dozens of species come to her for treatment. Jack and Neem continue flying cargo runs in their new ship. But now, Jack carries advanced medical supplies on every trip, just in case someone needs help. Other human pilots start doing the same thing. The Vex government creates new trade agreements with humans, impressed by their willingness to help others. They share advanced technology in exchange for human medical knowledge. 6 months later, Jack returns to Keto 7 for a visit. He finds the mining colony transformed. Lisa's medical station has grown into a full hospital. Humans and aliens work together as doctors, nurses, and medics. Commander Bex, fully recovered, runs the mining operation. He greets Jack warmly, treating him like family. You showed us something important, Bex tells Jack. Humans don't just help their own species. You help anyone who needs it. Lisa shows Jack around the new hospital. Those nanobots you brought saved more than just Bex. We've used them to treat hundreds of patients from dozens of species. Jack watches human and alien medical staff working together to save lives. This is bigger than I expected. You started something, Lisa explains. Other species want to learn the human way of helping everyone, not just their own kind. Neem, who has become something of a celebrity among her people for surviving the storm rescue, shakes her head at the attention. Humans, she says to a group of young feline pilots. They'll crash their ship to help strangers, and somehow that makes the whole galaxy a better place. The story ends with Jack receiving a message on his communication system. It's a distress call from a distant planet. Aliens trapped in a collapsed building need help. Jack looks at Nim. What do you think? Nim sighs, but starts plotting a course to the emergency. This is why I fly with humans. You never ignore someone who needs help. The Star Runner 2 changes course toward the distress call. Jack smiles, knowing that somewhere in the galaxy, people need help, and humans will always answer the call. Theme: the story shows humanity's defining characteristic, helping others regardless of species, cost, or personal risk. It demonstrates how human compassion and determination inspire other species to work together and help each other, making the entire galaxy a better place. Word count: each part approximately 770 words as requested. Writing style: third person. Narrative using simple, basic English with compelling action and character development that showcases human exceptionalism in a sci-fi setting.